So I've been sitting back and letting the day before cook, and I get that way sometimes, where I cover a game and a topic so extensively, putting all of my energy and time into following everything that they're doing, and then I just stop. I get tired and annoyed at covering constant fuck-ups from companies, and it's the reason I don't upload Earth 2 videos every week, or Dead Matter, or whatever shit game is being developed and the drama that always comes alongside it. It gets old for me, but a part of me just wants to also see what these devs can do when all of the noise dies down and they're just able to cook. The day before is not cooking right now. In the last few weeks, their legal troubles have only gotten worse as they're trying to cancel the trademark owner's trademark. The actual trademark owner for the game Day Before is saying no, and the court dates are now being pushed and tracked into early 2024. But now we have a new interview exclusive with a website called Well Played and a brand new trailer for the upcoming survival game where a Lamborghini is ripping through the city streets for 30 seconds. How do we go from this gritty, dark, grounded to this? I'm actually at a loss for words, but looking at this Well Played article, there's even more things to be a little concerned about. One of the first questions they asked is, are you able to give us an update on the game's legal situation and when it will return to Steam? Fantastic is doubling down here and saying that they believe that power is in the truth. We were the first to start using this name related to the video game. This is an indisputable fact. Rooted in our belief of justice, we are optimistic about regaining our name through legal proceedings as swiftly as possible. We want to reassure our community that our Steam page will be reinstated soon and will be back at the top of the wish list. Currently, our primary focus remains on development of the game itself. Trademark-related matters are being managed by our newly formed New Zealand joint venture with our publisher Mytona, aptly named Mytona Fantastic. So now we have a joint venture between publisher and developer. I'm guessing Mytona has put a majority stake ownership into Fantastic, and they are now one entity. And they're trying to get the Day Before's trademark, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe because they were on the top of the wish list, if they change the name, change the branding, they'd have to change the store page. I don't know if that would affect the wish list ranking. We haven't gone down that road with transients at all, so I don't quite understand the need, and maybe that is what it is they don't want to lose that momentum and all of the wish lists and all of the goodwill that they've built up. I have no idea. The next question is, the Day Before looks like it's been heavily inspired by games such as The Last of Us and Division. Was it a deliberate design choice to blend elements from games that inspired you into one unique experience? Are there any other games that have influenced The Day Before? Our inspirations are drawn from industry champions. Games such as Last of Us and Division have undoubtedly elevated the quality standards in gaming to unprecedented levels. While we find inspiration in numerous AAA games, we believe life itself is our greatest muse. By simply observing our surroundings, engaging in introspection, and understanding the intricacies of human experiences, we often uncover the most profound inspirations. This unique blend of drawing from life and top-tier gaming helps shape our... Such a bullshit response. Let's be real. You guys are making a fucking survival game. This genre has seen dime a dozen copies for years now. We know what you guys are doing. You clearly looked at other games and you thought, hey, we can build something similar in an MMO experience. Just fucking own it. And we would respect you a lot more than all of this stupid PR bullshit. The question I want to focus on here is, are you able to share some details about how the core gameplay will work? Will there be story missions / objectives like in The Division? Or will players simply venture out into the open world? Have you made a decision on how many players will populate a server? And these are all great questions. Their answers are exactly what you would think they are. The Day Before is an open world, post-apocalyptic sandbox. Here, players will have the opportunity to fully immerse themselves in this new world, exploring a huge skyscraper city called New Fortune City, purchasing houses and vehicles, and creating unique personal narratives along the way. While our game predominantly leans towards player versus player engagements, we will also incorporate quests centered around the restoration of society. In The Day Before, the fate of humanity truly rests in your hands. We cannot provide specifics regarding player population per server at this stage, as we're currently in testing. You guys are 5 months from launch. You don't know what the player capacity is going to be on a server yet? You have missed 3 release dates, and you still don't know how many players are going to be playing on a server, or you do know and you don't want to put that information out there. Why? According to the devs here, they actually give a little bit of an example of what the gameplay loop is kind of going to look like. They say Woodbury serves as a central hub in our game. It's a safe zone where players can interact, form alliances, engage in trade, and undertake quests aimed at societal restoration. An exciting yet undisclosed feature is the opportunity for players to seek employment within Woodbury. These in-game jobs range across various professions, from manual labor as a loader to showcasing artistic talent as a musician. These jobs will add another layer of realism and immersion to the game. Beyond these activities, we've also introduced immersive relaxation elements to enrich the player experience. As previously showcased, we offer a sauna where players can unwind and enjoy memorable interactions with other players. Additionally, they can hang out at the bar for casual conversations or hit the gym to work on their in-game fitness. These features add to the depth of our game world, reinforcing a sense of a lived-in, vibrant community, even amidst the post-apocalyptic setting. This is starting to sound more like a game like Identity, this life sim, but instead of taking place in like a modern world where you can buy apartments and hotels and go to movies, you're in the middle of a zombie apocalypse. There's so many different features that are being thrown out here that we still just don't have any clue as to how they're actually going to work within the game. So we go to Woodbury, we become a manual laborer or a fucking musician, and then what do? Am I playing songs in the middle of a bar with zombies everywhere? Like, how do all of these random features come together and coalesce into a cohesive experience? And it also begs the question still, how many players are actually going to be on a server? Why the secrecy when it comes to how big this game is going to be, when you guys are the ones that are claiming you're going to be changing the industry? You're going to be revolutionizing the survival genre. How many people are going to be on your server? Are we expecting 4? Are we expecting 40? Or are we expecting 4,000? They will not tell us this answer. And it has been asked multiple times throughout the years, and they're purposely avoiding it. The game will also feature base building. Will bases be a safe haven for players, or can other players attack whenever? A key feature of our game will be the ability for players to purchase their own in-game houses. These properties can be completely personalized, furnished to reflect the owner's taste, and serve as a gathering point for friends within the game. Importantly, these homes will offer a respite from the surrounding chaos. They are designed to be safe havens, immune to player attacks. In essence, they are players' personal sanctuaries within the game's world. Now, this is a cool mechanic that I feel a lot of games don't really do. I'm curious about how buying plots of land in these worlds is going to work, and I'm also really curious about how the protection is going to be. If I'm shooting at somebody who's like standing outside my house and then run inside, am I protected? Like, how does all of that work? We don't know because, well, they won't fucking tell us. So they're excited to confirm that the day before will launch first on PC, slated for November 10th. Immediately following this release, we will be sharing a roadmap of forthcoming updates to keep our players engaged and excited. This roadmap will include new features and content additions, emphasizing our commitment to continuous game development. Our initial focus is on PC, but rest assured, console versions are next in line. The release dates for console versions will be announced soon after our PC launch, so stay tuned for updates. While we aren't considering an early access release, we are planning to conduct a closed beta phase prior to the game's launch. So this game is not only releasing on November 10th, according to them, which I'm sure is going to change, but they're not going to early access as well. This is a fully fledged release, according to Fantastic. So Fantastic is definitely confident in the fact that they're going to have this trademark dispute wrapped up before November 10th. They're confident that most likely they're going to have it wrapped up sooner so that they can get back onto the Steam wishlist and then release the game on November 10th. No early access, meaning this is going to be a fully fledged release. Hopefully, it's going to be as bug-free as humanly possible. Every game comes out here with bugs nowadays, we all know it. But what I do want to see is what this closed beta test is going to be like before the game comes out, because we still don't know anything about how many players are going to be on a server. We don't know really anything about how buying houses is going to work. Realistically, guys, we are 5 months from launch, and we still, even with this interview broken out with a lot of good questions asked, we still don't really know a lot about the game. Par for the course for this team, and this is why I've stopped covering the game. I'm at a point now when it comes to the day before that, like, I'll see you at launch, but every time the day before crosses my timeline on social media, there's just some more weird shit about it. I got tagged in this trailer this morning, what are we supposed to say about this? So, do you know how many people are on the server? Oh, you don't? Do you know how to buy houses in game and how that's going to work with safe havens and like PvP zones versus? You have no idea how any of these mechanics are going to work? Great. But we do know that there's a fucking Lamborghini. Got it. This is probably one of the weirdest game like marketing ramp ups that I've seen in my entire life. And I know a lot of people want me to always weigh in on everything going on with the day before, but it gets tiring just making the same video saying, guys, we still don't know anything about this game. Their communication is fucking garbage. They keep saying that it's going to launch on November 10th, but when we look at the court documents, there's dates that are scheduled for 2024. So like, is this going to happen? Is this not? I got to a point here a couple of months ago where I was like, fuck this game. Let's just see what happens. How does more stuff come out about the game, but we still don't know anything more than we did before? Why don't they just change the name of the fucking title? It makes no sense. I'm ready for this game to just release or not fucking release. I mean, my guess at this point is there's going to be an announcement of a delay sometime at the end of September or early October, pushing this game into 2024. Realistically, if they want to have a real closed beta test, and it's probably not going to be a real closed test, it's going to be one of those marketing closed tests, that's going to happen sometime, I'm going to venture to say, beginning of September or end of September, early October. What I think is going to happen is they're going to have what they're going to call an internal test, a closed beta test with people close to the project. And they're going to realize that the game still needs a ton of work. And then we're going to see a delay into 2024. And this is where I'm at. It's just like, do you just keep talking about it as they throw out fucking Forza Horizon 7 trailers? Like, what are we doing here? I want to know what you guys think down below. I usually script my videos out, but I just said, fuck it. I saw the trailer. I did a little read through of this interview. I said, I'm just going to go start the video and just give my thoughts out there. It might have been a little rambly. It might have been a little ranty, but I don't actually give a fuck. I won't care about the day before at this point until it releases and I can actually play it. And whether that's during the closed test, which I'm sure I'm not going to get invited to, or whether it is at launch, whenever that is, I don't believe it's coming November 10th. Are you hopeful for the day before? Are you still on the fence? Do you believe that it's real? And do you think that it's coming out this year? Let me know down below in the comments. Let's have a conversation. And as always, while you're down there, leave a like on the video, subscribe for everything indie and AAA FPS that I'm actually fucking with and vibing. And then occasionally we get a video like this. My name is Big Fry. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.